Watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I want to discuss the movie The First Power, starring Lou Diamond Phillips. Of course, I have no idea when this movie came out. It came out back in the early 90s. I'm going to guess and say around 90, 91. I have been watching this movie consistently from that point to right up to last night when I watched it for, which has to be the 1000th time. Now, technically speaking, this movie is far from perfect. There's a number of flaws, there's a number of plot holes, things like that, things that don't really line up, but at the same time, this movie is strong enough and scary enough to kind of drive home its point. And the story goes that there is a serial killer who is a satanically motivated serial killer. And this was still relatively hot-ish. This was made on the cooling heels of the ritual satanic abuse, satanic panic nonsense that really heated up and sort of exploded through the end of the 80s, through 87, 88, 89. And so they were sort of playing off that fear when they decided to make the serial killer in this satanic. And I love that. I love it when movie serial killers are in league with Satan. It makes it so much more endlessly entertaining for me. And so he's caught by Lou Diamond Phillips, and Lou Diamond Phillips gets a phone call from some random chick, and she says, no matter what, you can't let him get the death penalty. Don't give him the death penalty. And of course, that's what they're shooting for. This piece of shit has killed numerous people, and they get it. And of course, once the death penalty has been administered, I think they gas him if memory serves. Wait, actually, you know what? Yes. Yeah, they do gas him. The only time you really see him in the chamber is when Lou Diamond Phillips is sort of having this nightmare where he wakes up in the gas chamber and the lunatic starts coming after him. So in this, of course, I should have said this right away, the lunatic's name, the satanic serial killer's name is Patrick Channing. And the only time you really see him in the gas chamber is when, like I said, Lou Diamond Phillips is having some kind of nightmare where Channing wakes up and busts through the glass of the gas chamber and he starts attacking everyone in the viewing audience. And actually, no, wait, he's shooting straight for Lou Diamond Phillips. And then, because he was killed, Satan has granted him the first power, and that is the power of resurrection. And it looks like everlasting life. Now, technically, I don't know much about Satan. I think Satan makes movies a lot better, but I have no idea if this first power thing is at all accurate. I don't know if the first power of satanic beliefs is resurrection. It could be the third. It could be the 10th. Well, this whole thing could have been invented for the sake of creating a movie. I have no idea. But anyways, so then the hallucinations start. Lou Diamond Phillips finds himself, he wakes up in his apartment and one room is completely covered in blood and all this gore. And he's like, a couple cops show up, buddies of his, and he's like, guys, we got to get, we have to get everybody down here. We got to get forensics here. My place is a fucking bloodbath. And then when he goes to show them the room is of course 110% clean and there's nothing going on and it was all in his head. But from that point forward, things very quickly escalate into reality where Channing is able to take the bodies of the weak and the drug addicted and he's able to use them to sort of finish the killings. The cop at the start that was the bait, she was saved by Lou Diamond Phillips, of course. She is found murdered because no doubt that Channing, once they find the junkie that did it, Channing had possessed him and used his body in order to slay her. And that's the running theme of the movie, is he's constantly taking over the bodies of the weak and the addicted in order to endlessly attack Lou Diamond Phillips. And that's essentially the movie. Now, the movie received mostly negative reviews, although I'm very happy to say it was a financial success. I think it had a budget of like 9 or 10 million, and it took in 20 to 25 million at the box office, which is great because, like I said, despite all of this movie's flaws, it does have a lot going for it. The action sequences are well shot, well choreographed, and they're believable. Channing is a really good bad guy. He is larger than life, especially once he's been granted the power of resurrection. And Lou Diamond Phillips, good-looking Lou Diamond Phillips, he's really good in everything that he's in and everything I've ever seen him in. So he's a really, really strong lead. I fucking said league. He's a really strong lead. And the supporting cast are fantastic. They've popped up in numerous movies throughout the course of time. And so, whereas on one hand I will argue this movie is incredibly strong, on the other side it's kind of dumb. But you should probably let all the dumb things go, because of course this movie's dumb. It's about Satan giving one of his followers the power of resurrection. And it ends with a big showdown in the sewer system where Channing would hang out as a kid. And it looks like he's defeated finally. After the nun gives him that big cross knife, somehow this is supposed to stop him. And then Lou Diamond Phillips is in the hospital looking after, what was it? Oh my God, I can't remember Tracy Griffith's character's name. I can't remember. Hang on. This is going to bug me. I have to look this up. Hang on. Tess. Tess is in a hospital bed recovering from the encounter, and Lou Diamond Phillips is sitting there by her bedside when all of a sudden you hear Channing say, "See you around, buddy boy." And like Lou Diamond Phillips gets this really concerned look on his face, and that's how the movie cuts. Because it's true. How would some crucifix knife kill this thing? It's just not going to happen. So it's kind of dumb. And I did love the end. I love when like the bad guys win in movies, like Arlington Road, for example. Like I fucking love that. It doesn't happen enough in movies, quite frankly. And so when it appears that Channing is just going to continuously like hammer down on Lou Diamond Phillips until he kills him, and that's how the movie ends, it's kind of exciting. At least it was for me and my friends at the time. But yeah, so look, I am going to leave it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for, pushing 8 minutes while I discussed The First Power from, I believe, 1990, if memory serves. 1990 or 1991. If you liked this review or discussion, like always, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. I'm going to go. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.